Indonesia is the largest island nation in the world, with 17,000 islands and 95,000 kilometers of coastline. As an island nation, aquaculture plays a big role in Indonesia's economy. It all began in the year 1969 with the production of carp, gourami and Nile tilapia, which jump-started the freshwater aquaculture industry in Indonesia. Freshwater fish for consumption, along with ornamental freshwater fish, became the main aquaculture export commodity of Indonesia until the end of the 20th century. At the turn of the 21st century, businesses began to develop marine aquaculture. Marine aquaculture holds a tremendous potential for economic development, not only because the value of marine species is significantly higher than freshwater species, but also the potential area for marine aquaculture development is far bigger than freshwater. Moreover, marine species contains DHA and other omega-3 fatty acids, which are very important for brain development. However, between the years 2000 and 2010, marine aquaculture development was a bit slow due to the lack of durable sea cages. Until 2010, most marine aquaculture used traditional wooden cages, which are very brittle and not environmentally friendly. However, in 2008, a local company called PT Gani Ata Dwi Tunggal began manufacturing modern and environmentally friendly HDPE cages with the brand name of Aquatech, which can withstand rough sea waves. 2 years later, in 2010, the Ministry of Marine and Fishery began supporting marine aquaculture development by promoting the use of modern HDPE cages produced by Aquatech to replace traditional wooden cages. The species that were prioritized for development by the government were mouse and tiger grouper for export market to China and milkfish for local consumption. This is Pandeglang, a region in the province of Banten. With over 500 units of modern HDPE cages operated in this region, Banten became one of the top producers of grouper fish in Indonesia. Other centers of grouper production in Indonesia are West Sumatra, East Java, Jakarta, Batam, Bali, and Lampung. Owing to the financial support from the government and the durability of modern HDPE cages, the production of aquaculture fish soared. According to Central Bureau of Statistics, in 2016, Indonesia produced 70,000 tons of grouper and 700,000 tons of milkfish. With 16,000 modern HDPE cages manufactured locally by Aquatech, Indonesia was the biggest producer of modern HDPE cages in Southeast Asia.
According to the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, the current global aquaculture production is 90 million tons per year. This is what the capture industry produces every year. From the 90 million tons produced every year, 90% comes from Asia, and China produces about 50 million tons of aquaculture fish. Now, if we compare China and Indonesia, China has 30,000 kilometers of shoreline, while Indonesia has over 95,000 kilometers of shoreline. However, China produces about 50 million tons of aquaculture fish per year, while Indonesia only produces about 5 million tons of aquaculture fish per year. Now let's compare about the marine species. Out of the 50 million tons produced by China, 15 of which are marine species, while out of the 5 million produced by Indonesia, 1.5 million are marine species. This means that Indonesia still has a lot of untapped potential waiting to be developed for the food security and also economic development for the Indonesian people.
Indonesia merupakan negara kepulauan terbesar di dunia. 2/3 wilayahnya merupakan lautan, sehingga Indonesia dikenal sebagai negara dengan potensi perikanan yang cukup besar, khususnya di bidang aquaculture. Lebih dari 2 juta hektar wilayah perairan Indonesia atau laut Indonesia dapat digunakan untuk mengembangkan potensi budidaya laut atau mariculture. Ini merupakan anugerah dari Tuhan Yang Maha Kuasa. Oleh sebab itu, Indonesia dikenal sebagai negara yang memiliki keanekaragaman hayati yang cukup besar. Beberapa spesies dapat digunakan atau dikembangkan untuk kegiatan aquaculture. Misalnya, di Fakultas Perikanan dan Ilmu Kelautan Universitas Padjadjaran, selama ini sudah bekerjasama dengan beberapa industri, terutama dengan PT Aquatech, untuk mengembangkan karamba jaring apung di pesisir atau di pantai untuk kegiatan budidaya kerapu cantang di Pangandaran. Masih banyak organisme yang lain di samping kerapu yang dapat dikembangkan sebagai kegiatan karamba jaring apung di pantai, misalnya ikan barona, kemudian kakap putih atau barambudi dan lain sebagainya. Kami melihat bahwa ke depan penduduk dunia membutuhkan protein yang cukup besar. Tahun 2030 misalnya diperkirakan penduduk dunia sekitar 9 miliar orang, sehingga membutuhkan asupan protein yang cukup besar. Kegiatan budidaya laut atau mariculture dapat menjadi salah satu solusi. Di samping itu, kegiatan ini juga dapat dijadikan solusi untuk menghasilkan tenaga kerja.
Indonesia is the big country, and 1/3 of the countries consists of seawater. So the seawater we have to use for develop of mariculture. So before we develop the mariculture, we have to provide the data, especially the mapping of the appropriate and the site selection to select the area that are appropriate for the mariculture. Then after that, we have to provide the seed. The seed is good quality seed, and then the feed. For seed is very easy. We have so many hatchery belong to the government, and also for provide the feed, we have the company who produce the various kind of feed, and also we have to have the produce the chemical or vaccine to control the disease. And the most important, instead of that material, we need also the how to grow the fish in the cages. So we need the cages. And fortunately, Aquatech also have been producing the various kind of cages. The circle one and also square, and it depends on behavior of the fish.
The development of aquaculture technology in Indonesia is very robust. When we develop cages, we want to make sure that our design fits the certain kind of fish that we are intended to. Take grouper fish, for example. Grouper fish lives on the seabed and they like to hide among sands and corals. And when we move the grouper fish into the cage, we observe that they like to stay at the bottom of the net at the corner, because the corner of the net provides a sense of security for the grouper fish similar to the corals. That is why for the grouper fish, we develop certain square cages especially for grouper. And we observe that when grow in these special cages, grouper fish can grow better and faster. Other than square cages, we also develop octagonal cages for certain brackish water and seawater species. And we also develop round cages for fast-swimming fish, such as barramundi, sea bass, pompano, and even yellowfin tuna. And also we develop submersible lobster cages and submersible cages for typhoon areas such as Philippines, Vietnam, and south of China.
According to the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, currently Indonesia produces around 5 million tons of aquaculture products, consisting of 3.6 million tons of freshwater species and 1.3 million tons of marine species. Marine species produced in Indonesia, other than grouper and milkfish, are barramundi, golden pompano, yellowfin tuna, lobster, crab, shrimp, mollusks, and many others. With the fast growth of the marine aquaculture industry, Indonesia began to develop high-value marine species for aquaculture. Since 2012, Gondol Marine Aquaculture and Fisheries Research and Counseling Center collaborated with Aquatech to develop offshore HDPE cages to research yellowfin tuna. Yellowfin tuna is a valuable commodity for consumption all around the world, especially in Japan. It is commonly served as sushi or sashimi and can be cooked in many ways. Yellowfin tuna is a fast-swimming fish species. Before using offshore HDPE cages, yellowfin tuna in Gondol Research Center was cultivated inside a concrete pool and faced high mortality rate due to its small living area. And many fish died because they hit the edge of the concrete pool at high speed while swimming. After using large offshore HDPE cages, the mortality rate of yellowfin tuna dropped significantly. And yellowfin tuna can grow to a very large size in HDPE cages. Some yellowfin tuna in HDPE cages can grow up to 100 kilograms with a healthy physical condition and high-quality meat.
Gondol Research Institute for Mariculture have been developed the technology on seed production of marine fish, such as the milkfish, grouper, barramundi, abalone, and sea cucumber. Those technology developed by Gondol Research Institute for Mariculture have been adopted by the private sector. Recently, Gondol also developed the technology on seed production of yellowfin tuna, Tunus albacores. This is maybe the second country after the Panama who produce the seed of yellowfin tuna.
In 2018, Gondol Research Center has succeeded in cultivating yellowfin tuna from egg to adulthood, which was a big national milestone. Currently, Gondol Research Center operates 4 units of locally manufactured 50-meter diameter round offshore HDPE cages and a 35-meter diameter HDPE cage manufactured by Aquatech. These large cages are designed to withstand up to 5-meter waves. A special eco-friendly anti-biofouling layered HDPE pipe is used for the cage to minimize maintenance, along with a set of UHMWPE nets with similar tensile strength as steel wire.
We have installed around 16,000 cages in Indonesia in various seawater conditions. And we also have sold our cages to Singapore, to Malaysia, Brunei Darussalam, Philippines, China, Maldives, and also Ghana. So we would like to say that we understand the sea condition in those areas and develop cages accordingly. We have a collaboration with Gondol Research Center for yellowfin tuna research, and currently Gondol has 4 units of 50-meter diameter round cages and 1 unit of 35-meter diameter cages, all made by Aquatech. For offshore round cages, we have developed a special technology where the connection between pipes is much thicker and much stronger than ordinary butt cushion connection. We also separate the pipes into several watertight compartments to reduce the risk of wave and damage. We also developed a new net technology using UHMWPE. So UHMWPE is short from ultra-high molecular weight polyethylene, which is a material that is stronger than steel, and we use it to develop our net, resulting in a net that is very strong, anti-predator, and easy to clean.
Pioneered by Aquatech, modern HDPE cage technology in Indonesia has advanced considerably since 2010. Aquatech is the first and only company in Southeast Asia that produces an offshore submersible cage. A cage that can be submerged underwater, designed to be used in typhoon-prone areas. The product has been used extensively in Hainan, China. Aquatech also exported its products to Singapore, Malaysia, Philippines, Brunei Darussalam, Maldives and Ghana. Indonesia is the country with the highest marine biodiversity in the world. Over 45% of all marine fish species live in Indonesian waters. It is only natural for Indonesia to research many kinds of fish for the aquaculture sector.
Fungsi dari karamba jaring apung ya yang kita kelola di Balai Besar Perikanan Budidaya Lampung ini, bahwa ini secara keseluruhan jumlahnya kan kurang lebih ada 120 lubang. Kalau kita melihat dari tugas dan fungsi Balai Besar Perikanan Budidaya Lampung ya, dari ada sekitar 12 tugas dan fungsi itu, maka kalau kita sarikan sebenarnya ada menjadi 5 garis besar ya. Yang pertama itu adalah memproduksi induk dan benih unggul. Yang kedua itu adalah melakukan kegiatan perekayasaan ya, baik bidang pembenihan, pembudidayaan, kesehatan ikan lingkungan maupun pakan. Sementara itu yang ketiganya itu adalah melakukan diseminasi teknologi ya, teknologi berupa kegiatan bimbingan teknis, pendampingan teknis, dan yang keempatnya itu kita melakukan kegiatan pengawasan CPIB dan CBIB. Nah, yang kelimanya melakukan kegiatan pelayanan uji laboratorium kesehatan ikan dan lingkungan, serta melakukan kegiatan monitoring kesehatan ikan dan lingkungan ya, baik untuk di internal balai maupun untuk di kawasan wilayah kerja Balai Besar Perikanan Budidaya Laut Lampung. Untuk karamba jaring apung dari Aquatech ini memang kan lifetime-nya ya, umur teknisnya yang lebih panjang karena terbuat dari HDPE ya, high density polyethylene. Jadi ya dari ininya sih 15 tahun gitu ya, bisa 15 tahun itu saya pikir keunggulannya.
Selama ini kami banyak melakukan kegiatan riset untuk mengoptimalkan potensi laut untuk kegiatan mariculture, dan kami beruntung dapat bekerjasama dengan PT Aquatech. Turunannya kami juga melakukan kegiatan yang sifatnya untuk mendukung kegiatan mariculture, misalnya kegiatan riset yang berusaha untuk menghasilkan pakan yang berkualitas, kemudian juga sistem pemasaran atau supply chains yang bagus dan lain sebagainya, terutama tantangannya menghadapi tantangan 4.0. Karamba jaring apung yang dikembangkan di Pangandaran merupakan karamba jaring apung hasil kerjasama Fakultas Perikanan dan Ilmu Kelautan 4 dengan PT Aquatech. Kami juga berusaha untuk menghasilkan karamba yang paling berkualitas, sehingga kami yakin bahwa sebagai anak bangsa kita juga bisa menghasilkan produk karamba jaring apung yang kualitasnya tidak kalah dengan produk di luar negeri. Terakhir, kami juga sedang mengembangkan bagaimana menghasilkan net yang anti biofouling sehingga bisa tahan lama dan juga tidak mengganggu produktivitas ikan yang dibudidayakan. Mariculture merupakan suatu kebutuhan karena di samping dapat menghasilkan sejumlah protein yang memang dibutuhkan oleh penduduk dunia, juga dapat dijadikan sebagai salah satu alternatif mata pencaharian bagi masyarakat di sekitar pesisir. Kegiatan mariculture merupakan kegiatan yang membutuhkan modal yang cukup besar serta teknologi yang cukup tinggi. Kami senang dengan adanya kerjasama riset antara perguruan tinggi dengan pihak industri. Mudah-mudahan ini menjadi salah satu solusi untuk memecahkan masalah permodalan dan teknologi tersebut. Sehingga dengan demikian perguruan tinggi akan terus berusaha untuk menghasilkan teknologi yang lebih baik, lebih ramah lingkungan, dan lebih mudah untuk diadopsi oleh masyarakat. Misalnya tadi kita mengembangkan net atau jaring yang anti biofouling, kami juga mengembangkan enzim papain untuk mempercepat proses pertumbuhan ikan. Salah satu yang menjadi penyebab kurang optimalnya kegiatan mariculture adalah masalah teknologi dan permodalan. Itu yang kami ingin jadikan sebagai salah satu dasar untuk kegiatan riset yang kita kerjasamakan dengan industri, khususnya dengan PT Aquatech. Kegiatan mariculture juga akan menjadi salah satu solusi bagi pemerintah untuk menghasilkan sumber pertumbuhan ekonomi baru, kemudian juga untuk pemerataan ekonomi dan untuk meningkatkan kesejahteraan masyarakat pesisir. Dengan potensi laut yang begitu besar, lebih dari 2 juta hektar dapat dikembangkan untuk kegiatan mariculture. Kami yakin bahwa jika kegiatan mariculture ini dapat dioptimalkan, akan memberikan banyak keuntungan, baik bagi dunia usaha, bagi masyarakat, serta bagi pengembangan teknologi di bidang perikanan, khususnya aquaculture. Kami mengajak semua pihak, terutama dunia usaha atau industri, untuk bersama-sama mengembangkan kegiatan aquaculture atau mariculture di Indonesia, baik dalam bentuk riset ataupun mengembangkan usaha di bidang budidaya laut atau mariculture di Indonesia. Kami yakin bahwa mariculture akan menjadi salah satu kegiatan yang dapat dijadikan sebagai solusi ketahanan pangan, penyediaan protein di masa yang akan datang, serta untuk mencegah stunting. Kita kembangkan riset di bidang mariculture, kita optimalkan wilayah yang ada di Indonesia untuk kegiatan mariculture, dan pada akhirnya kita akan mewujudkan Indonesia menjadi pusat atau kiblatnya kegiatan mariculture di dunia.
Lampung Development Center continues to support Indonesian aquaculture sector by providing relevant information and also fingerlings for many kinds of fish. Currently, the People's Republic of China is the biggest marine aquaculture producer in the world, producing over 15 million tons of marine aquaculture products by utilizing only 30,000 kilometers of shoreline. Indonesia, with 95,000 kilometers of shoreline, has more than 3 times the coastal area of China. With such a big potential in marine aquaculture, many foreign investors come to Indonesia to utilize this potential. The modern HDPE cage technology, as well as other related industries, are ready to support this sector. Marine aquaculture will surely be the backbone of Indonesia's economic growth through the 21st century.